Alright everyone, time for the penultimate video for today. So, let's revisit the Deadly Years. On Stardate 3478.2, the Federation starship USS Enterprise, ferrying Commodore Stalker to his new command at Starbase 10, makes a stop at the planet Gamma Hydra 4 to resupply the research station there. A landing party consisting of Captain Kirk, First Officer Spock, Chief Medical Officer Dr. McCoy, Chief Engineer Scott, Navigator Ensign Chekhov, and Lieutenant Arlene Galway beams down to the facility. Once there, they find the station completely empty, and no personnel are seen. This is bizarre since Kirk spoke to the station's leader, Robert Johnson, an hour earlier. Exploring further, Ensign Chekhov discovers the body of a man who apparently died of old age, and panics. Suddenly, Johnson appears with his wife, Elaine. Both are actually in their late 20s, yet appear to have aged 50 more years. Johnson was played by 85-year-old actor Felix Lochner, making him the oldest actor ever to appear in Star Trek. The landing party beams back to the Enterprise with Johnson and his wife. There are still no clues to what is going on, as the two soon die in sick bay. Dr. McCoy rules their cause of death as extreme old age. Commodore Stalker wants some answers. Kirk has Mr. Spock and civilian scientist Dr. Janet Wallace, an old flame of Kirk's, assist in the investigation. The only theory Spock can give at this time is a strange comet-like object passed by Gamma Hydra 4 quite recently. It may have somehow caused the rapid aging effect, but how is not certain. Soon the landing party begins to age rapidly as well. Scotty turns up at sick bay with white hair and claiming to feel unwell. Kirk begins to have memory loss and arthritis symptoms in his hands. His hair is turning gray and wrinkles are forming on his face. In fact, by McCoy's estimate, he is raging at the rate of 30 years per day. McCoy also has white hair and facial wrinkles. Soon almost all of the landing party, Spock, McCoy, Scotty, and Lieutenant Galway, are all showing signs of rapid aging. Ensign Chekhov, however, remains unaffected. Lieutenant Galway ages more rapidly than the other members of the landing party on account of her metabolism and soon dies. By now they have learned that the comet-like object gave off radiation that apparently caused the effect. The standard radiation signal treatments using the drug Hyronolin proved useless. As Kirk continues to age, he becomes increasingly forgetful, prompting Commodore Stalker to order Spock to commence a competency hearing in order to rule him unfit for command. With Spock also afflicted, and him being the only flag officer on hand, Stalker takes over the ship. Stalker has no deep space training, but he believes he can command the ship nevertheless. He orders a fast direct course to Starbase 10, ignoring the warnings that this shortcut will take the ship right through the Romulan neutral zone. Dun dun dun! Meanwhile, Kirk, McCoy, and Spock try to figure out why Chekhov has not been affected. McCoy is forced to use Chekhov as a guinea pig test subject, which Chekhov does not particularly enjoy. Remembering that Chekhov had displayed extreme fear during the unexpected discovery of the dead body, McCoy surmises that Chekhov's increased adrenaline levels at the time may have protected him in some way. He recalls research that showed adrenaline as a promising treatment for radiation sickness, but the research was abandoned when Hyronolin was discovered. Mr. Spock and Dr. Wallace, assisted by Nurse Chapel, began work on an adrenaline-based drug to treat the landing party's symptoms. In the meantime, several Romulan ships detect the Enterprise's intrusion and immediately attack, quickly surrounding the Enterprise. Commodore Stalker tries to contact the Romulans and explain his reason for trespassing in the neutral zone, but they ignore him. Stalker, because of his non-experience with commanding a starship, is paralyzed with indecision and even considers surrendering, but is reminded that the Romulans take no prisoners. With the Enterprise's shields rapidly failing, Spock announces that the drug is ready, although it may kill instead of cure. Kirk insists on taking the first injection so that he can resume command before the ship is destroyed. The drug successfully reverses the aging effect, and Kirk races to the bridge to relieve Stalker. Kirk bluffs the Romulans by sending fake messages to Starfleet Command, intentionally using Code 2, which was recently broken by the Romulans, announcing that the Enterprise will self-destruct using the Cobra-Mite device, which will destroy the Enterprise and any ship within 200,000-kilometer diameter. This ruse works, and the Romulans back off. Kirk then orders an immediate retreat at Warp 8 back to Federation space. With the help of the new drug, the rest of the landing party are reverted to their physically normal ages. Whew! Well, good thing they got out of that one. Anyway, I found this episode to be pretty decent and somewhat enjoyable, so I give The Deadly Years 2 warp cores out of 5. Well, join me for the last episode we're going to be looking at today, which is Obsession. So, until then, Live long and prosper, everybody.